comes violence. So if we can stop that before it gets to that point, then I think the crime and violence will decrease. It's not going to never completely go away, because crime and violence I don't think will ever really completely go away. But we can start, once we find ways to start decreasing it. And like I said, it's education. Educate them, then we can start to get those to come down. Once we have that part, then we can start looking at the other ways that we need to reduce the crime and violence, which could be more patrol by the police officers, more police officers, and things like that. Because just arresting them is not going to solve the problem. All that's going to do is make them more polished criminals.
Okay. Now, we have talked about education. What specific pieces do you have? What ideas do you have that's going to increase decrease the dropout rate, increase enrollment? Obviously, we know that part is because of the decline in the population.
Right.
What exactly are you going to propose? Do you have any programs or any other ideas?
Yes, I have actually a couple of them. One of them is to present an alternative curriculum other than just college prep.
Okay.
Where skilled trades or job training, like we could expand the skill center. Because the skill center is out there, but it's for all these other districts to come in. So it's limited spots for like Flint schools and things like that. We could expand the skill center to inside the city, even utilizing Longfellow. Also opening up, like I was saying, open up Longfellow for that. Also trying to increase the per pupil allowance that the state gives to the cities and Flint districts and things like that. And that can help as far as educating our kids and get them the resources that they need to go ahead and push the city forward. Let's see, I got so many of them. I'm trying to I thought and think them out. But the per pupil allowance, the alternative curriculum, and mainly if we can focus on those two, start with those two, then we can kind of move ahead then.
Okay. Now let's take a step back to your opponents.
Okay.
You have Woodrow Stanley, Richard Dix Jr., Chris Del Moroni. Those are all your opponents. What sets you aside? And if you can go through individually, I don't know if you want to make specific differences between you and them, but just generally maybe. What sets you aside from the rest of them?
My age. I believe it's my age, my ideas, also some of my experiences. Like I said, I've been in Lansing, and I know my opponent Stanley would say he's also been in Lansing, and he's been right there. We can jump right in, but I too can jump right in from my experience being in Lansing and work with those government documents. So in that sense, my age is an asset because I can connect with our generation. I can connect with the majority of Flint. Also, the same goes for actually all of them. As far as Dix and Del Moroni, I'm the youngest person that's running. I think the youngest one is Dix, and he's in his 40s. But yet and still, he's still out of touch, in my opinion, of what the city really needs. Because a lot of them are focused on these other things and not necessarily education. Because if you go inside these schools and you go out into these streets, you see that they are really, really challenged. And we are our future. And we are our future. Until we start focusing on that and focusing on what we need, we're going to be in the situation that we is, and sometimes even worse. So I think that's why I'm a better fit, because I kind of know what exactly the city needs, and I'm able to connect with those individuals that we are in dire straits right now.
All right. Well, you say that you can connect with the medium age or the mean age here, but we have to be realistic. It's like a 2% voter turnout. Of that 2% voter turnout, we know it's 60 plus, 50 plus who are turning out to vote. How are you going to increase voter turnout and get those who can relate to you to come out and vote?
It's about going out to where they are. Okay. They're never going to come to where you are. So you have to go where they're at. That means hitting the streets, knocking on the doors. That means going to the places they frequent. If you have to go to the clubs to get them to get to them, it's going to the clubs. If it's the internet or where they frequent on the internet, it's going there. So going where they are and instilling them that there's an election August 5th. Right. There's not just the election in November. November is just as important, if not the most important. But you have to also start in August, because in August is where you get the ones that narrows it down to November. Right. So if we can instill in them to get out August 5th and keep instilling them head, you got to keep on going. August 5th, August 5th, right. August 5th, August 5th. Do that, and then they'll be more tuned to go out there and vote on that day. But it's just about getting out there and telling them you have to vote on August 5th.
You certainly getting the word out now.
Right.
So we talked about voter turnout and things like that. What are you going to do in these last 3 or 4 days, or however long is it to Tuesday? Do you need more volunteers? Do you have any other fundraisers maybe last minute that you're going to implement? I know you've been doing some things.
Yes.
But
well, basically it's just getting out there and knocking on their doors and going where they're at in these last couple of days, because Don't have any more fundraisers. Like I said, this is last minute. This is crunch time. So it's just going where they're at and letting them know, okay, it's only 5 days, it's only 4 days, it's only 3 days. Don't you know you're supposed to vote tomorrow? So things like that. It's just doing things like that to get out there and just stand in their face. Okay. You stand in their face.
All right. Now, if someone wants to volunteer, they want to contact you, how do we contact you?
All right. My headquarters is on the corner of Pasadena and MLK. That is Max Beef. You have Max Beef, the gas station, and the church. It's right across the street from the church parking lot. You'll see Barzart, real big up there. So the headquarters is open anytime after 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Also, I need more volunteers. So on Saturdays, we're there at 10 a.m. and we're there till about 3 or till we figure the job is done. Okay. Also, you can give me a call. Number is 810-394-5830. Again, that's 810-394-5830. So give me a call, stop up to the headquarters, catch me in the street, flag me down, stand by one of my signs, and just hold it up. I get you.
Okay. Just in conclusion, of course, we do appreciate you for coming in at such short notice. But just in conclusion, what do you want our viewers to know about you? What's the last thing you want to leave with them?
I want them to know that it's time that the city made a change. We really need a change in our city. Not the one that's just talked about, but once you really see some action. Like I said, the people that's been running the city, they've been running the city for the last 15, 20 years. The city hasn't gotten better. So we really need a change. Barack Obama represents the kind of change we not need only on a national level, but also on a state and a local level. And a lot of people criticize him about experience, but we're still voting for him. So in turn, I'm not running for the position, I'm running for the people. So I hope that you will be able to see that and vote for a change on August 5th for Eleazar Barzart for state representative.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Barzart, for coming into our studios. We do appreciate you. Good luck.
Thank you.
On Tuesday. Please stay tuned. Again, I just want to remind you guys, August 5th. Eleazar said it best. That's the day. Okay. So we have, again, state representative, first ward city council person, Genesee County Commission, and also register of deeds. Also, there is another race, sheriff, Genesee County Sheriff. That race is also coming up as well. Actually, what we're going to do in a few moments after this commercial break, we're going to have Rod Lagarde come in and talk to you about his write-in candidacy. So please, guys, stay tuned. It's going to be a good show.
Are you interested in helping your community? Then you're a perfect candidate to volunteer here. It's a webpage designed to match your time, talent, and interests with a variety of volunteer opportunities right here in your community. A service of the Resource Center.
Access television, no commercials, sit and listen. People just like you and me, voices of community, freedom to communicate only on cable. This is great, our nation's First Amendment TV. Cats, kids, history, environmental manatees, beaches, parks, and scenery. Turn us on, you might see me. Controversy, politics, spiritual and skating tricks. Our nation's First Amendment TV.
Only on public access.
And welcome back, everyone. Again, I'm Kesha Hoey. Thanks to you for tuning back in to meet the candidates. As I stated to you before the break, we